Despite the fact that the writing was on the wall from the very beginning about Dragon Age the Veilguard, from the very first trailer, which got annihilated by a fan base who said this doesn't look or feel like Dragon Age, from the things we heard from the playtesters about all the companions and how ultra woke and progressive this game truly was, the mainstream media still try to convince us that it was worth giving it a shot. You have to play Dragon Age the Veilguard. We promise you, we're the games journalists. You can trust us. In places like IGN out there, essentially telling everyone that this game is just so amazing, a 9 out of 10. Well, predictably, gamers did not agree with the critics, with the mainstream games journalists when push came to shove. When Dragon Age the Veilguard came out, predictably, fans had a problem with it, just like we'd seen in the entire lead up to this game. And even though gaming journalists very much were part of the push to make people think this was a decent game, that it's worth your time, energy, and money, it now seems like games journalists have kind of turned on this game a little bit, hasn't it? Even IGN coming out and disagreeing with their own review. Dragon Age the Veilguard is at war with itself. And now, interestingly enough, you're starting to have articles like this. Dragon Age the Veilguard is that friend that's too woke. And this is coming from the gamer, and this is coming from someone who would probably wear the word woke as a badge of honor. This is the author of this piece for the gamer, they, them in their pronouns, and they make it abundantly clear that they do consider themselves extremely progressive, even in this article. However, even for someone like that, even for someone the game's made for, it still goes way too far. So let's get into this article a little bit. I think it's intellectually lazy to complain about people having critical thinking being too woke because they say your words or actions might be offensive. I'm the friend who rolls their eyes when people talk about using ChatGPT to write their emails, the friend who boycotts brands out of solidarity, the friend who corrects people when they misgender someone. People pejoratively call me woke all the time, and I don't consider it a mark of shame. The Veilguard, though, is woke in a bad way because it's so terrified of being offensive that it erases everything interesting about Dragon Age. And one of the very common critiques about this game has been the fact that you essentially can't even be negative about anything. You have to sit there as all your companions go through these ultra woke storylines, and you just have to sit there and accept it. You can't belittle them. You can't disagree with them. You can't challenge them. You can't do anything like that. It's not actually a role-playing game. You are being forced to play this role where you really don't have any options, and that's one of the things that they get to in here. What does it mean to be too woke? I think we all have our opinions on that. There's something to be said about people who act entirely out of a fear of being offensive and take themselves so seriously, they scrub all nuance out of their interactions. This is highly subjective and personal, but I feel most accepted for who I am when my friends can joke about my intersectional identities. It's funny when I send a picture of a woman with the caption, "She's so beautiful," to the group, and I get a string of replies of just the word gay. It's funny when my partner calls me Nobby as shorthand for non-binary. First time I heard that. It's funny when I talk about being biracial or bisexual and my friends tell me to pick a side. That's the spirit of good comedy. Good-spirited ribbing is an acknowledgement they see me for what I am, and they're going to lovingly bully me anyway. It's this nuance that separates being socially conscious from being entirely self-serious, and it's the self-serious that permeates through the Veilguard and makes it entirely flavorless. The Veilguard only has good guys. Every member of the Veilguard gets along too well, even when they really shouldn't. Everybody is nice to each other, and disagreements are smoothed over quickly, if there are any. Everybody is self-sacrificing and noble, and none of them have controversial beliefs. Your Rook, so the character you play in this, is just as inoffensive, never saying anything that could step on anyone's toes. Any dialogue you choose is going to be basically the same. Jokey responses are never sarcastic or mean-spirited. Aggressive responses are never hostile, just resolute. You can't pick fights with your companions. You can't even really lose approval with them because of the way the game is designed. You know, maybe if it's too woke, even for these people out there, maybe that explains a lot about why we have heard nothing from actual Bioware about the sales of this game. Now, internal rumors and reports and stuff like that have it sitting somewhere between 500,000 and 1 million sales, which maybe for some little indie title, that'd be fantastic. That'd be incredible. For Dragon Age the Veilguard, that spent this long in development with this many hundreds of millions of dollars pumped into it, that is an abysmal, colossal, total failure and disaster. There's no way to spin that. That is abysmal for them. One of the reasons we haven't heard anything officially from BioWare, because they know how bad it is. And this just goes to show that this game was doomed from the start. When you allow people control of these products and the decisions that are made, that they are just only activists. They're solely activists. They don't care about selling games. They don't care about entertaining the audience. They care about putting themselves into a game even if nobody wants that shit. These are the types of products that you get throughout the entire entertainment industry, and gaming has been infested with this shit recently. I guess this is why Dragon Age the Veilguard truly was doomed from the very start. What do you guys think about this? Even some of the woke media turning on this game. Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.